Hey, my name's James Nicholson. Sellers, house price sellers are finally waking up to the reality of today's market. We're going to cover that and more in this video. It's really got some interesting data here. It's going to tell us which type of houses are actually selling better than others, and lots more beside that. So make sure you stick around to the end. If you haven't done already, do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. And you know the drill, guys. Smash the like button, tickle the like button, just do something to the like button. Let me know you did that in the comments below. That really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. So everyone that hits the like button, you're gonna have a lucky week for sure. So let's talk about Rightmove data. Rightmove have just come out with some data in the last few days. Now, this is interesting, right? There are a lot of doom and gloomers in the newspapers and on YouTube and podcasts. And they say, ignore the Rightmove data, because throughout the year, asking prices, which is the Rightmove data, it's the asking prices, not the sold prices, the asking prices on Rightmove have been going up. And those analysts have interestingly said, well, look, it's the asking price, it's irrelevant. Now, the asking prices are dropping. They're saying, well, this is really important. Very ironic there. So it's interesting to see. So Rightmove data is saying this month, asking prices have had their biggest drop since 2008. So that is something to pay attention to. Remember, it's an asking price, not a sold price, but more than likely, people are going to pay less than the asking price because there's going to be some sort of negotiation. And so asking prices are down 1.7% for the month of November, which is interesting. And that's a big drop. That is a big drop. No one can dispute that. It is a huge drop, and it indicates that data going forward, we're going to see some more house price drops. We 100% are going to do that. And most people agree on that. And a lot of analysts and expectations are that the market will drop a little bit more next year. No one knows how much, but looking likely like it will drop. So on an annual basis, the drop on Rightmove asking prices is less. It's 1.3%. Remember, we had some increases. We had quite a lot of increases throughout the year this year. So on an annual basis, it is down 1.3%. Now, they're saying they do have data on sold properties, and they're saying there are less sales, 10% less sales than 2019. So 2019 was really the last time the property market was real data, because during the pandemic, the data, yes, we had data, but it was a bit crazy. Initially, when the pandemic started, prices dropped considerably because we were in lockdown. People thought, well, I'm not going to be able to sell my house. So that was a really difficult time during that period of time. And then we had crazy house price increases during the pandemic, and we're still 40 grand up on the pre-pandemic prices at the moment. And it was just a crazy time. That was the time when I launched this channel. I started investing for my two daughters. I've got Georgia and Emily, and we went on the journey. And so we started looking in auctions, and the prices were insane. In fact, I saw auctions where I wanted a property and they were going more than a similar property on Rightmove. Auctions were just getting outbid because people got bounce back loans, they got furlough money, they weren't spending money. They felt wealthy during that time. Savings went up to record numbers, and inflation back then was still low. And so that was crazy. So we are down now. Now, this is interesting because at one stage, house price sales were down 15% a few months ago. So what Rightmove is saying is more houses are selling now, which is good, right? And so if more houses sell, there is not lots of stock still being listed. There isn't lots of distressed sellers. And that's what's kind of stopped the market crashing like a lot of people were expecting that it would by now. Now, house prices are definitely down. No one knows the exact figure yet, but 4-5%. But it's more with inflation. It's around 15-16% if you take into account inflation. And so what else is going on here? So they're saying more properties are being sold and lower end properties. Now, this is interesting. So, according to Rightmove, the lower end of the market has way more activity than the high end of the market. Now, why is that important? Well, we've done some videos recently on house prices. This month, we've had data from Nationwide and data from Halifax, and it talks about the average house prices. Both of them went up nearly 1% this month. Now, the argument to that by the doomsayers was that, well, look, this is average house prices. Does this mean that more £1 million houses sold and not many lower prices sold? So that brings the average up significantly. Well, this data from Rightmove is saying it's actually the lower end of the market that is significantly busier. They're saying the lower end of the market, the sales are down 7%. The higher end of the market, the sales are down 14%. So that indicates that there are more transactions happening at that lower end of the market, which means that the average house price isn't necessarily being pulled up by big ticket sales, which is interesting, an observation that I saw from that. So that was interesting. What else have they got going on? Now, new sellers, new properties that are coming onto Rightmove, those are down as well. They're not down as much because someone that has a new listing on Rightmove, they'll always want to go with a higher price. They want to start high and then come down. And they are down. Their asking price for the month is down 0.5%. So that's new listings. Now, what they're also saying is you're starting to see the serious sellers actually come through now. So what does that mean? Well, what we're seeing is that people that are serious about doing their transaction, completing that sale by Christmas, they're pricing effectively. And if you want to sell your property in this market, you need to price effectively. It's very important. If you don't do that, you're going to miss out on getting an absolute great deal here. So the market overall, according to Rightmove, was better, significantly better than they were expecting, because we went into 2023 with a very bad end of 2022. We had the mini budget by Liz Truss. We had house prices big time down in 3 consecutive months. October, November, December last year was very bad. We had interest rates at 6.5% with a lot of lenders, whereas now we've got deals under 5%, which has made a big, big difference. We've had pretty much a flat market all year in 2023, and that isn't what we were expecting. We thought we could go into the market with a crash this year. That didn't happen. Is that going to be moved into next year? No one knows for certain. But what we do know for certain is that asking prices are down 1.7% in just a month. So that does indicate to us that sales that go through next year, we're going to have some price drops for sure on the completed transactions when that actually happens. So that's interesting stuff. Let me know your thoughts and observations in the comments below. I love all your comments and discussions. I reply to every comment on the channel. In the last week, that's been very hard. There's been 2,000 comments that I've replied to. So do comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, guys. That helps us greatly. Subscribe, hit the bell. Go and check out some more content on the channel, including this video right here.